we're reading through the novel, we're talking about the nature of reality, right? So, I'm getting to New York now. We're getting to the point where, right, Alistair Hoffman will soon be introduced. So I'll pick up where I left off. I'm in New York now. I submitted a tape of Hamlet and got invited to audition. I was offered just now a half scholarship. The audition was yesterday afternoon. It seems I should have been pursuing being an actor the entire time. I'm only unlocking it now in my mind. I sang a song and did a monologue. I'll try it for 6 months. I did it backwards. Most people go to New York to be a writer and Los Angeles to be an actor. I moved to Harlem, Central Park North, 113th. My roommates are a Panamanian mother and son. Alejandro, I don't know his mother's name. Very nice. She speaks very kindly on my guitar playing. I try not to be there too much, but I have had difficulty finding a job. I'll often, weather permitting, walk the 5 miles between my apartment and the main branch of the library on 5th Avenue and 54th. All libraries are homeless daycares, but the Rose Reading Room and the periodical room on the first floor are very nice, serene. There is little in the way of books beyond reference. Across the street is the real homeless daycare. 7 floors of stacks and computers. Drama school is fun, if dogmatic. I often do different scenes each week. Shakespeare. I seem to be the only one interested in classical theater. The class itself is very vibrant, if the student body are largely forgettable. Several beautiful women. They all see me as I am, a lightning bolt. I suspect there is little more that they can teach me. The acting teacher is a nice, well-meaning professional day player. Kind. She is bewildered by me. We get along well enough. I've also been taking scene study with Soho Shakes. 4 weeks, 3 hours once a week, same scene. I have been doing True West as Lee. Scene 5, the golf club scene. The teacher, Freeman Jess, is younger than me, though maybe not much, and very knowledgeable. He has taught me more about acting emotion in these weeks, in terms of mechanical expression, than the NYPAA has done in 4 months, with difference. Despite not doing Shakespeare in the Shakespeare class, I was also cast in my first role. Lancelot in The Merchant of Venice. I am in a lot of scenes, maybe 9 in total, distributed throughout the play. My first lines ever on the stage is a pretty large block of prose text, maybe 3 minutes, 3.5, about the Fiend, which is to say, his Elizabethan racist charm. The script they gave me had it as blank verse, which annoyed me a little. The not knowing. Not the meter. I've always felt that analyzing the meter is pointless scholasticism, though I am seeing, in learning Cassius just for myself, that the meter, knowing it, can help you with proper pronunciation. But the foundation, for me, is that no one, except in over a dozen instances, I'm sure, of poetic recitation, is speaking poetry to anyone. It is all conversations people are having with each other. Easy. It doesn't have to be more complicated. Being a writer, first, I have forged a process, which is isolating my lines from the play and writing them by hand into my notebook. It is holistic memory, cellular, the motion of the body, the arm, writing, conjuring, the lines upon the page. I learn the lines isolated from the play, and then go back to the script and focus on my lines before, etc. I don't necessarily mark my script in the formal sense, though I will as much as I want. We are in rehearsals now. I am the only actor to do any of his scenes without holding the book. The only one, so far. My scene partner, Rachel, I could tell was put on her heels. Very pretty. Tall, skinny, long legs, young. She is funny and has a good sense of humor. I helped her learn some of her lines, and her ecstasy when she did it all the way through was infectious. We hugged. There's tension. The character is largely irredeemable. Lovable rapscallion of the time. Racist, when seen through the postmodern lens. I have ridden the wave, now I'm indifferent. I was excited in the beginning, But having learned all of my lines, it seems tedious, uninspired. Maybe I have a similar sentiment about the play. It is two half-plays, which has always been known, but I feel that Measure for Measure is a better play. These are the only problem plays I've read thus far. Portia's monologue at the trial is classic. Shylock's "Let him look to his bond" also. Lancelot is the glue, tying the two halves of the play together. The resolution at the end of Measure for Measure is better. It is complete. The Merchant of Venice is a pure hybrid. Shylock losing all but his life, and Portia, Bassanio, and Jessica Alonso happily ever after anywhere else. So in that way, it is a perfect problem play. With character, there is not much beyond flamboyance. Though I am also playing guitar in the production, music is mentioned twice. So I learned Greensleeves and another Renaissance piece. They are both easy. It took an hour to learn each one. My playing has never been better. I am concerned now with modulation. I got a free Bose speaker from the gymnasium at Pepperdine right before moving to New York, and I look forward to being able to play out in Central Park. I have also been cast in my first movie. A small paying role, so they say, in a comedy not well written, riddled with typos and overwritten. Trust fund imagination. The writer-director, Justin, understands little about writing, but his enthusiasm, like Rachel's, is also infectious. I had to choose between the role and a watchmaking apprenticeship with Patek Philippe. It was a difficult decision, but I feel that the movie will get me closer to Hamlet. And since I have to go to France, and the apprenticeship requires I stay stateside in New York all year, heads it is. I hope I made the right decision. That's actually an interesting job I could do forever and not hate myself. The shows went smoothly enough. Few moments of true revelation. I don't think I had any, but I got the chuckles every night. I was the only one to get laughs at the matinee. I would say I was miscast, but I see why he put me there. It is not an easy character to make memorable. During the run, I auditioned for another production and was cast. A mosaic of scenes, Shakespeare's prisons. I'm playing guitar as Prospero. Music is magic. It is always true, but herein we have a true synthesis. Also Oberon, the King of the Fairies, the first murderer in Richard III, which I've been enjoying very much, though Clarence has the spotlight. Really choice monologues. Duke Vincentio in Measure for Measure, Only One Day, 2 performances, and Camillo in The Winter's Tale. The approach has been methodical, intentional. It has its benefits as well as setbacks. We all, the 8 of us, 10 including the directors, sat around a table for 2 weeks, each reading the various roles, with John and Nancy, the late middle-aged married directors, emailing us the cast thereafter. I enjoyed reading the scenes and discussing them, but I did not like not knowing where in the scenes I belonged. I have more lines than anyone else. I appreciate the challenge. I'm taking scene study one more time, the seagull. My scene partner is a typical tall, beautiful, hot bitch. She says she doesn't like animals, as in pets, which must indicate sociopathy of a kind. I would say she's more interested in marrying rich than being an actor, but she's doing the work. With the weather improving, I have taken to busking. I am always a huge hit. I really enjoy singing, but sometimes I'll put on drums and shred. The North Fountain is my favorite place, by the boathouse. It is a popular place, and real estate is contentious at best. There is no etiquette here, no permits. All amplified sound is illegal, though the police have yet to shut me down, with the exception of that one hungover crackhead interested in picking fights. When he expressed his disgust at the level of my volume, I told him to keep walking and worry about himself. He flew off in a rage and gave me devil eyes, the coldest looks, before calling the law. Twice. What a bitch. I have also been in several arguments with other performance types, artists, etc. Sometimes I'll play at the Alice in Wonderland statue, which is more intimate, if a less stable audience. The line that naturally forms with no help from anyone of tourists taking pictures at that statue must be one of the most civil, congenial expressions of society. Everyone always waits patiently. Still do I feel crippled with depression. I can make money on the road with no time or stability to pursue anything. Or I can live in these cities. But if I can't get a job that isn't Graveyard, how can I do anything? It seems just like L.A. When faced with a choice between drama school or rehearsal, I opted for actual acting, and so I haven't been going on Saturdays for some time. I won't be able to continue next semester if I can't get a job. I resent money. I hate that I need it. My ambition is to be above it, to have my 40 acres and a mule, grow all my own food, to engage with the world at large as much or as little as I want. I'm a troubadour. Give me a bed, a meal, and I'll offer the virtues of my soul. Perhaps I was born in the wrong century, as well as the wrong planet. The shows went great. All the work. Michael Chekhov, the group exercises. It created true camaraderie, though I am an outsider. On Saturday, I upset the directors because they feared I was not coming. I auditioned for the Actors Studio with the Seagull, though my scene partner from The Merchant of Venice. Rachel. She got the scene a lot more so than What's-Her-Face, and is funny, and therefore more beautiful. I learned a lot about performing. I barely ate anything all day. I became clammy, feverish, and ill walking home after the shows. I made it through the last Sunday performance, but only just. After the shows, riding high on Guitar Prospero, I decided to write Alistair. 2 pages, front and back. Headshot, resume, send it. As soon as I sent it, I realized I was being too coy, too cool, that I needed to explain myself fully. So over the week I wrote 2 more. They all came back, returned to sender, and though crestfallen, I found another address, wrote a 4th letter, stapled them all together, shoved them in another envelope, and did my best to forget it. I feel that it is weird if I write constantly. There's nothing left to say, for now. I remember after sending them out for the 2nd time, I stayed out drinking and visualizing in Central Park until the police threw me out. I intended to sweat lodge it, to sojourn in meditative rhapsody until the sun came up. Rather than roam the streets at the evil hours, I went home.